Well, hi YouTubers, I came back with another Feast Inspire 100 books from my hotel apartment in Budapest, and it's The Earthquake Bird by Susanna Jones. Once again, I bought short books for me to Budapest because I didn't want anything too heavy, and it's over 250 pages long, and let me read the blurb. Early this morning, 7 hours before my arrest, I had woken by an earth tremor. I mentioned the incident, not suggest there was a connection, as somehow the fault lines of my life came to crashing together in the form of a couple of policemen. From Tokyo with a quit like this every month. I'm simply return the sequence of events as it happened. It'd been an unusual day, and I would hate to forget anything. So begins The Earthquake Bird, a haunting novel set in Japan, which reveals a murder on the first page and takes its readers into the minds of chief suspect Lucy Fly, a young English vulnerable woman living and working in Tokyo as a translator. As Lucy is interrogated by the police, she reveals her past to the reader. It is a past which is densely ambiguous and compromising. Why did Lucy leave England for the foreign anonymity of Japan 10 years before? What exactly had promoted her to sever all links with her family back home? She was the last person to see the murdered girl alive, so why was she not more forthcoming about the circumstances of their last meeting? As Lucy's story unfolds, emerges secrets both past and present obsess her waking life. Now this is a debut, and I could not believe it. Susanna Jones has this gift I have not seen in any author. She has this ability to write in the first and third person simultaneously. Okay? This is just page 9 after Lucy's been arrested. The interpreter leaves in something of a huff. I'm glad to be rid of him. I didn't think much of his accent. I'm left with the old fat man. My captor shows me to a small chair in a small room. He sits opposite me and looks everywhere but at me. I'm not complaining. Why should he have to look at my face? Lucy's no oil painting, as everyone has seen her nose. When I am comfortable seated, though, he forces his eyes upon my face, only to find that now he can't let go. There's something about my eyes. I notice. Did you hear that? Lucy's not an oil painting. Throw that in that third person, in that sentence, in the first person narrative. I have not seen that before. If I have, not with so much skill. Lucy's been in Japan for 10 years because essentially she does not get on with her family. She is the youngest of 8, 7 older brothers, and basically her mother rejected her because she was a girl. Her mother had this mentality of, I will be the queen surrounded by men. Men will basically worship, I'll be the mother of the men. Youngest gets a girl, youngest is a girl. She rejected her, which made her brothers reject her. And her brothers were basically put on the pedestal as small gods, and they tormented Lucy. And one of them didn't make it to childhood, and I'm not going to go into anymore. Okay? So, this page 20. I just love the long stream. Okay? What brought you here? Oh, this is more like it. I haven't been asked this question 50,000 times in 10 years. I don't have an honest answer, because it isn't one. I am not honest enough to think of it. But I have a few pet answers for when I'm used. This is a special occasion, so I use all of them. Interest in Japanese culture. I want to study the language. I need to save some money. I want to see the world. I want to go away from dreary old England. I like tofu. I am enjoying this. So I ad lib and give him a few more. Chopsticks, lighter than knives and forks, and are held in the same hand. Don't get that metallic taste. It is so much better here. Both reasonably priced and reliable. Sumo wrestlers have beautiful cars, though their thighs can be too dimpy for my liking. It's so clever the way you can pay your bills at a convenience store instead of having to wait until the banks are open and then being late for work. The irises are beautiful in May, just as good as the puffy pink cherry blossoms that people go on and on about like they do with geisha. Not so special when you look at them close up, because you can see their spots even even for all that makeup. Schoolgirls on the trains are always laughing. I can't stand my family. Love that long narrative. Love it. Love it. Now, the ambiguity is this. Now, Lily comes to Japan, escaping from her abusive boyfriend, and she gets involved in this love triangle between Lily comes to Japan, and again gets involved in this kind of like love triangle with Lucy and her boyfriend, and it's it's really, really ambiguous. That's the thing. It is really, really ambiguous about what is truly going on. Teddy, her boyfriend, he asks all these questions about her life. He gets her to open up about her past. This is basically her describing this to Teddy, her boyfriend. But there's such ambiguity of this. You're thinking, does he really care what he's setting up? Is he just trying to mine her for information? Because Lily turns up dead, or she goes missing, And Lucy is one of the prime suspects. Yeah. Yeah. And when it comes to Lucy's past and life, there's this bit here. At university, Lucy made the exciting discovery about her body and most efficiently not on her previous diet of fish fingers, eggs, cakes, and even raw cooking apples, but a regular intake of alcohol and sperm. It made her healthy, happier, and more intelligent. She went for men who were ready and drunk when they met her, for they would not put off by her strange eyes. She found that eyes gave off the drunkard something to focus on. Academics grades soared, and it became easier and easier to learn the candy and fun to practice writing. After 3 years and lots of sex, Lucy could barely remember the names of the 7 brothers and considered herself ready to graduate. She didn't contact Miriam. She decided that she'd only speak to her mother if Miriam called or wrote first. Miriam never did. So when Lucy left her cosy hall of residence and set off for Japan, there was no need for an explanation. Exactly. One thing I absolutely loved about this book is there's also ambiguity about Japan as well. Susanna does not go into detail of Japan. A lot of writers, especially debut writers writing about a place, go into excessive detail. They've done their research, and so they're just showing that they've done their research. Susanna Jones is confident in her own abilities as an author. She doesn't need to do that. She describes things that you need to know, but she doesn't go into the colours or the splendour or the culture or the history. She tells you what you need to know. For a mystery book, it's a very, very confined, restrained book. Very much like our lead protagonist, Lucy. And the way Lucy looks at the world as well is really, really also constrained. She's used to not having people care about her. She's actually pushes people away. And she's kind of driven by this innate wanting to be loved, but since she's never been loved, she doesn't know what to expect from it. As I said before, alcohol and sex got her through university because she lacks confidence. She describes herself as ugly, but the way she's described is, no, not that ugly actually. It's a really, really interesting bit. And there's a bit here, her and Lily have a disagreement, and this is page 226. I know it must have broken your heart. My pulse quickened, my face and neck burned. What did Lily know about my heart? I inhaled 2 lungfuls of air so I could stop and say my next sentences without stopping for breath. My heart is a complex organ consisting of muscles, valves and blood. It can be weakened, it can have an attack. It can even stop altogether, but it can't break. So don't tell me that you decided my heart is broken. My eyes are swimming in tears. I leaned back to see better and hot water fell over my cheeks. My heart is fine. My voice cracked. But I can't move my feet. Yeah. Exactly. This is such a good book. I really, really want people to read this. As I said before, it's not a long book. It's a very, very restrained words. And one thing though is this now, Susanna Jones has researched Japanese culture. She actually lives in Japan. Of writing this. She wrote this in 2001. Japanese authors don't waste words, if you understand what I mean. They don't waste words. They get very much to the point of what they're saying. They don't go on about emotions or depth or details. They just take it for granted that the reader will understand. This is very, very much like written from the Japanese style, if you will. And it is such a good book. Absolutely loved it. So, The Earthquake Bird, a novel of mystery by Susanna Jones. You'll find a story still lurking in the dark corners of your mind long after you put the book down. That's actually true, I did. I would love to see this turned into a film or a TV show or like 1 hour drama, 2 hour drama. Channel 4, pick it up. So, I really, really am impressed with this debut. Very few authors get it right first time. This is a rarity. So, I'm going to look for some more by Susanna Jones. So well done, you. So, I am leaving the book here. Okay, I'm leaving my books here. So hopefully, if anyone sees this review and is in this hotel room in Budapest, drop me a line. So, Sign up here, YouTubers. Bye now.